We are Biff Got Killed, and this is our song No Fame in the Cards.
You're welcome.
No fame in the cards. Guess you're stuck just making art, building little shrines of vanity. It's not meaningless, it just matters less than you hope. Displayed your finest all free. Every gallery's grand opening and closing, even though your vision was true. True vision don't sell. Always have a place, a little bit of worthless gold. Shining like the sun, shrunk down. Always have a place, a little bit of worthless gold. Shining like the sun, shrunk down. Let the fusion wove and a budge your will. It was worth it. It was worth it. Let the fusion wove and a budge your will. It was worth it. It was worth it. If you're such a winner, why you still hanging around? Milestone you set your heart by. Memory peg hang your hat on. The high watermark of your passion. Standing there drenched in the beer light. Costume just like your idol. Painstakingly rehearsed. Standing over the matinee. Clapping for nothing.
Check it out. My name is Chrvns, and this is Shut Up and Listen. And today I have one of the greatest bands in town. They are storming the scene right now, and I'm actually very excited to see where they go. Y'all make some noise for Biff Got Killed.
Big ups to my baby mama.
Yeah.
If she's out there.
What?
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Hey, nah, shout out homie baby mama, bro.
Hey.
All right, so for folks that don't know, let's go down the line, introduce yourselves, and tell them what instrument you play.
I'm Topher McGarry, and I'm the drummer.
Adam Barkley, and I play bass and sing. I had to remember for a second.
Aaron Ernest Fish, I play guitar.
Hell yeah. So we're going to start from the beginning of time. The origin story. Like, it's like a superhero origin story. How did Biff Got Killed come to be?
Well, it was kind of funny. So I wasn't playing, and I'm a mailman day to day. So
Hey, shout out you, bro. Taking care of the people. Taking care of the folks out here.
And I just saw this
Thank you
guy.
for your service.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. I see a guy with a DW drum sticker on the back of his van, and I just chat him up, get his number, and he keeps trying to contact me better part of a year, and I just have things going on, just not ready, didn't have an amp, all that, and finally get together and like, oh man, this is kind of fun. Hadn't done this in a while, because I had a band back in Mississippi before I moved up here, and then I put out a Craigslist ad just looking to do like stoner rock, but like so much of stoner rock
Bro,
is like,
wasn't that kind of remind me of like, you remember like the pull tabs? Well, you leave the number on there.
That's right.
This is the new age of the Craigslist. I love it.
Walk by inside when it doesn't have one of the tabs pulled yet. You're like,
I got
maybe
you, bro.
next week.
because I just didn't know any musicians up here, so I used Craigslist, and I was looking to do a stoner rock thing. I had just spent a lot of time going to concerts and just like trying to figure out like, well, what kind of music would I want to play if I was going to play again? And I really liked the low end that you get at stoner rock and stuff like that, and put out an ad. I was saying like stoner rock, but none of like the lyrics about wizards and dragons and all that stuff, and then like esoteric film clips that you're playing along to. Like, I just didn't want any of those tropes. And then Fish answered that first, and I mean, I just saw him like getting out of the car. I was like, this guy's got a look to him, like.
Dripped out
And
today.
I was
Dripped out
like,
today.
and then he pulled out his pedal board. And I'm like, okay, all right. And then just honestly, within a couple minutes, it was just like, there's something there. There's something that could be there. And then we tried to jam with this other guy, and he was just too Pantera drummer. Just wanted to be Vinnie Paul the whole time, and so that wasn't working. And we, I think, did another ad or something like that, or Topher responded to that. But it was just like, I don't know. It's kind of hard because it's like we're three hobbyists, but like we want to take it serious in the sense where it's like the gigs are important, the playing the music is important, but not like, dude, we're going on tour and we're gonna, I just want to be as serious as you can be while also staying like in the confines of a local scene, because it's like even getting down to Seattle, like that's gonna be hard for us just because like we have three separate lives, and stuff going on.
I firmly believe you can, man.
We'll grow to that.
Yeah. So what's the timeline on this? Like from putting out the ad to where you guys are right now, what's that timeline? What's that time frame?
Our first gig was August of last year, and then we had probably jammed for a better part of 6 months before that. So I don't know. We spent probably about a year.
We got
just in the
together
jam
in
room.
October, and our first gig was in August, so almost a year.
The tail end of COVID. So I was certain that I was catching COVID the minute Adam
from
opened his
singing.
mouth and started singing. I'm like, I'm done. My wife is going to hate me.
And then I started trying to kiss on him. It didn't
I want to
help.
rock out.
That's just how it goes. One
Yeah.
thing leads to another.
And I have to reiterate, though, he says stoner rock, but what he's forgetting is that he literally specifically said, like, Clutch. And I love Clutch. I think they're amazing. But I was like, so I really practice up to sound as much like Clutch as possible. And we don't sound anything like Clutch.
No.
Yeah.
So wait, so I know you were from Mississippi. Are you guys from?
I grew up
DFW?
in Indiana, straight out of the cornfield.
Florida.
Yo, this is what I'm talking about, bro. Welcome to the state. Welcome. I'm from
Yeah.
Georgia, so hey, what's good?
Yeah. But I've been out here longer than I was in Florida.
So what
on the
brought-
West Coast.
You've been away. You've been on the West Coast longer than Florida.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
What brought you guys out here?
Me was like, I was so sick of like the Florida heat and humidity more than
miss me.
anything,
I
and I
miss it.
really wanted to like try like flying hang gliders and climbing like rock walls and doing all that badass shit and snowboarding. And I saw a picture when I was in college still like studying up of this person doing like a tail grab above the clouds and pristine white snow and a beautiful blue background. I was like, that's it. I got to move and like live in a place where you can kind of get that stuff going.
Yeah.
And I actually took that same picture of myself, but I didn't have any clothes on when I did it. It was the last day. The last
gotta
day.
find
of-
it. Go
of
ahead and start
spring,
sending it to
and
people.
it was Mount Hood, and I had the tail grab with like, boo. The natural boning.
That's good.
I was just ready to leave Mississippi, and everything that Mississippi is like good at, you don't want to be good at. Teenage pregnancy, not educating all of the populace, and then just didn't want my son to grow up in the world's worst school or the country's worst school district. So moving up here was part of it, and just knowing that just basically anywhere would be an upgrade over Mississippi. So
That's crazy.
and having family in BC.
Hey,
and
don't worry, we
just-
still love y'all, Mississippi. He just keep it a buck. He got to take care of his family, man.
Keep it at the food, though. Keep it at the food level.
Yeah, I have a lot of good memories of Mississippi. But it's one of those things like it's. You're going back in time when you go to the South,
Oh yeah, no, that's where I grew up. My brother lived in Jackson for the longest time.
That's where I was.
Yeah, that's I know about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's, like I said, the things that people love about it, it's great. You want a bunch of land and, do your own thing, it's fine. But then it's
Some
like,
four-wheelers and dirt bikes and go away.
yeah, if you want culture, I wouldn't say it's, a hotbed for that. Unless you like the blues or something,
Oh yeah, I do. I do.
Well, I was in Boulder at the time, and COVID hit, lost my job. A friend of mine is a professor at the university here, so he just said it's a cool bike town. I had nothing going on, so I took everything I owned, threw it in a cube, and showed up here in the middle of the pandemic. So I knew my apartment, and I knew the grocery store.
Interesting.
So you just walk straight there. Straight there.
Yeah, that's all I did
a
for the
crazy
first
time.
couple of months.
I was
Crushed it, though.
straight up pandemic too when we moved from Portland to Bellingham.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's such an introduction to a city too.
Isn't that wild?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy times, man.
Yeah,
I
a
remember
ghost
like
town.
actually going out on like the trail, and this is how ridiculous it was, where we were like wearing masks out on the trail, and like
I go, I was one of them, bro.
Same.
and
I was outside, bro.
I was like, dude, I'm training.
I know. I was having a conversation with somebody where I'm like, why didn't they tell us that you didn't have to have a mask outside? They knew better, man. Come on.
or like when
We're doing our part.
your mask, their mask, but they're still like turning away and looking into the woods. Like I for sure don't want any of your germs, whatever they are.
Oh man.
Or you go with them-
Fuck them germs, man. Fuck them germs.
Getting too close with the mask on. I had this dude turn around. He's like, I've got COVID. And I'm like, what are you doing in the store then, dude?
Sounded like a South Park character,
Yeah,
bro.
man, seriously.
We'll be right back after these messages. We'd like to give a special thanks to Lost Giant Cider Company, always providing us with our cider beverages and the best of the cider beverages. Visit Lost Giant's tap room in the heart of Bellingham at 1200 Meter Avenue in the Haskell Business Center. It's just down the street from Lakeway Fred Meyer.
Menace Brewing, located in the Fountain District, is where flavor is unleashed. It serves as a local hub of craft beer and community. Recognized as the neighborhood's premier soccer hangout, you know I love me some soccer. Menace Brewing isn't just a brewery, it's the go-to spot for sports action and local engagement. Visitors can catch the game, connect with fellow fans, and immerse themselves in the heart of the spirited community. Menace Brewing invites everyone to join them, where every visit feels like coming home. Experience Menace Brewing in Bellingham today.
And welcome back.
You got to tell us your story, though, man.
My story?
Yeah.
I graduated high school. I could have stayed there, got in trouble, done some dumb shit. But my mom was over here.
From in Georgia, though.
Yeah, so I just packed everything in the car,
which
drove
part?
across country. Nice. Augusta.
Augusta. Gotcha.
Shout out to Augusta, Georgia. Where the Masters are.
What was the mascots of your high school?
We were the Warriors. It was a star.
Nice. Ooh, a Star
They
Warrior.
took the Dallas Cowboys star,
Nice.
and then they took like the Georgia Tech GT. It didn't make sense. There's a lot of combinations.
Georgia. It makes sense in Georgia.
I guess that's before you could get sued.
You know, I mean, there's probably no copyright on it. All right, but cool. Fucking, your first show was in August, right?
Yeah.
Karate Church.
How was that?
perfect. It was.
It was good. Yeah,
It
no,
was a perfect place to play for the first show.
Sure. That was the only time we played there. I think it went pretty well. You know, it's one of those things that's like, I don't know, I'm not one of these like, how y'all feeling tonight and talking. Like, I feel like the music should just be going. So, like, you know, when we get upstairs on stage, I try not to do much more than just being like, just go to the next thing. I want to present this polished product where it's like, we're a music machine for 30 minutes, 45 minutes. You've hired us as a band, you know, like we're not wasting your time. We're not fucking around.
It's kind of, would you say that's so being like an MC of it, like kind of just keeping everybody engaged, giving like more crowd participation for certain moments?
I mean, I just feel like it gives people less of a chance to be like, what's happening in my phone? What's happening in this conversation? There's less lulls in those things, you know, because it's like, for the longest time when I wasn't playing, I was just going to so many concerts because like up here, there's a wealth of things to do on any
show
given,
every day.
you know, you want between Vancouver and Seattle. I mean, you can go see some national touring act every night of the week. So, I did for a lot of, and seeing the stuff that I liked about them, the stuff that I disliked. And like, I hated when I felt like my time was just getting wasted, you know, and it's just like, they're a really great rock band, but, you know, why are they telling me a joke right now, you know, and like just introducing something, man, this song is about who cares, you know, just...
Wait, pause. I can't agree with this take, bro. Wait, time out, bro. Because that's just creating an emotional connection to the song, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. I can see it both ways.
Time out, you got a lot of hater energy right there, bro. But no, I
Fair.
you want to just go up there straight, just do your shit, and make sure, like, you know, you let it talk for itself. I get that, but don't be afraid to be vulnerable.
That's true. I guess I should take that to heart.
Just a little bit, grain of salt.
But it gives us the opportunity to sneak in another song or two.
Yeah.
That is true.
What's nice too is our first show was 30 minutes, but we had an hour worth of material of originals
As you
already.
should.
Yeah,
As you should.
so that was great. Like really taking it professional, where we made sure to practice for a year before we did it in front of anyone. So, which I think's nice too. And like for me at least, this is the swan song. I don't know if I could really put an energy into another band. Yeah. So it is like, this is it for me. You know, it's the last go around. So, which is awesome feeling to be like, enjoy every moment, enjoy every show, enjoy, you know, the weirdness that happens, you know, the stress of the band before you're going too long and all that. Just be in the moment. And like, we had a show at Makeshift and we had one woman dancing. All three of us lived our dream that night. Yeah. This person was just bringing it harder than any of us were, and we were all just like, "That was it."
Because
that's
then
why we do
it fuels you, and you're on stage. You're like, now you got to match that.
Oh yeah, it was awesome, and that's what's great about this town is they support arts to
real.
most degree that I've ever seen any place I've lived.
So
yeah, it was hard to get people to come out in Jackson and be like, hey, we're playing, and it's a Friday night. It's like, yeah, you want me to go all the way downtown to see you? You know, it's like,
just downtown.
You know,
pull up.
But it's like, but here it just seems like, you know, a lot of these venues just have kind of like a baked-in audience that just, well, we'll come out and see our friends, but, you know, it's Friday at the Shakedown, something's going to be good. It's Friday at the Blue Room, you know, whatever the venue it is, and they all kind of like have found their own little lane and niche, and I think that's pretty cool for that, where it's like, you know, not like hard and fast rules, but, you know, like a lot of these, like the Makeshift kind of does more punk stuff, you know. I mean, obviously, you know, the whole scene, but it's like, I like how there's a little bit of crossover between them, but then also like, you know, some of them
you know
are
where to
known
get
for
what you're
this.
looking
Yeah.
for. Yeah.
You want a loud punk show, Makeshift, you know, you want a metal show, rock show, something like that,
Shout
Shakedown,
out our
something
local
like that.
venue.
They're doing a good job supporting local musicians for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask though, 3924. Where did the idea come from of recording the live like set?
Well, I thought it'd be cool. So we're currently working on a first album that we're working in a studio.
Exclusive.
You know, and we're trying to get that to sound exactly how we want. But it's like one of my favorite artists is Neil Young, and he's just like this warts and all approach. Like don't have your head too high about your greatest moments, and don't be too low about your lowest moments. And it's like, that sounds like us that evening, you know. It's raw. There's songs that are, you know, like there's stuff where like I wish I had sang that better, but it's like it exists and it's out in the world, and it gives a chance for people to like, you know, listen to see, oh, this is what they sound like live, you know, a little bit faster than on the studio, a little, you know, a little bit more alive, I guess, you know. So, and it's not stressing. I'm like, damn, what am I gonna think about? I missed a note. Like, no, don't, you know. It's more just having the fun and knowing that like, And also, I've had so many bands where it's like, damn, we should have recorded something. We never did. It's like just having that and be able to do that. And it was also when we did that with Calla from help me out.
The Hobby.
The Hobby. I'm sorry. She, it was like she was working the board for us that evening. It was like kind of worked out pretty nicely just to be able to do that right then with the setup at the Shakedown already. So it was like
The sound people at the Shakedown are awesome.
Yeah,
We've
they
been
did a
very
great job.
lucky with all the sound people too.
just trying to do stuff, that not seeing everybody. It's like I see some of these bands where they do like tune in 2 weeks. We got a single coming. And it's like I don't know if I have that kind of like. Just to remind you, it's coming. It's like I just rather be like, here's our, because it's like this is ultimately I feel like for us, It's like I want to hear this kind of stuff. I'm trying to write the best music that I can,
You know how many songs I'm
'Cause
making
it's-
just listen to like in the car every day, bro?
So it's like
How many songs did you say you had again?
Yeah, close to like 500 probably.
I listened to a couple of your albums before I got here. I was enjoying it. I was bobbing my head to it.
It's a little, I like to kind of vary it. It doesn't really stay the same.
I didn't do my homework, so I'll have to check it out post.
I want to
interview.
appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot.
I'll give it a listen for sure.
So I think
This
that's
shit's trash, bro.
So I think that's part of it too. Is just like having, we can have a lot of different versions of us out there. Like we said, we waited a while to have songs to play longer, and now for that, we've written even more. And it's like we can tailor our set. When we're playing with somebody that might be a little bit lighter or something like that, we're not going to bring out all the heavier ones. And then like in a couple weeks, we're going to be opening for a pretty heavy band, and it's like. This will be out after that.
this is
So
perfect,
it doesn't matter. But, like, we're bringing our heavier songs for that. Just, and I feel like for a while there we had one single that was kind of a lousy recording, but it was like, it kind of tricked people to think like, oh, these guys kind of sound like Weezer. And then we show up and like, oh, they got more Black Sabbath in them than I thought they did too, And then, but then it goes other directions too. And I feel like that's kind of our strength, is the fact that it's like we're not really just like, no, we gotta only do this one type of song. It's like that would be boring as hell to me,
Sick.
So
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna try something because I'm gonna recall real quick. Talking about he just pulled out the pedal board. So, what would you individually consider the GOAT piece of gear? Best piece of gear of all time that you either owned or that you dreamed of having.
Mine would be my guitar I own. I have a 1993 Chet Atkins guitar that I bought, and it came from Canada, secondhand, and they didn't take care of it, so I had to get the neck shaved down, and it ruined the resale value. So I replaced everything, took the Bigsby off, put all wood pieces, put a bone nut on it, and everything. So it's my dream guitar, and I own it.
Okay, all right. Say less, bro. I got you. That's dope.
Done.
I love that.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I mean, eventually I'd like to have, a small studio setup of my own and the knowledge to know how to operate it. I feel like I'm completely out of sorts when I'm watching somebody that's talented, at one of these boards. I'm just like, well, why did you know to do that? Just years of practice. But anything big amps, tube amplifiers, I feel like are the thing I've been lusting over the most now. It's like
Anything in particular?
I mean, I'd love to get something like an old Orange or an old Mad Amp or something like that.
Yeah.
Just stuff where it's like so many of my favorite records came out of these kind of amplifiers where it's like they're kind of no frills, they're just loud as hell.
Yeah.
And like a lot of my favorite bands are like have that kind of dynamics to where it's like, we're going to hit you with some loud as hell moments,
Yeah.
But that shouldn't just be all that, maybe. I don't know. So I would just say, yeah, tube amps if I'm
Two bands. Okay, I can rock with
my
that.
next big saving.
Mine was the keytar purchase that I made last week.
Fuck yeah.
Kmart had a special on those bad boys, and I couldn't resist. So
It's all right, yeah.
no, for real. Like I was mostly doing percussion before kind of getting into the drum kit and practicing up enough to get bored with my own drumming that I had to answer a Craigslist ad because I was seriously like going nuts just playing the same rhythm over and over again. So thankfully they hired me and saved me from that insanity. But I was playing like a kind of put together Pearl Session, which is a great sounding drum kit, but I actually like got inspiration when I hooked up and finally got like a dope like Slingerland from the 60s.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of old school rock and roll kit with 13, 16, 18-inch floor toms and a 22-inch bass. I'd like to find like a 24 and a 26-inch bass eventually, but I'm pretty stoked with what I've got now. So it's like a real pleasure, and it's actually very inspirational to play it, which makes me want to play it more. So it's good.
Why y'all say? I asked you about the goat piece. You know, that's respect, bro. Respect. So I asked you what's the goat piece. I got it.
Yeah, it's like I said, I've kind of built the rig that I want to have. So it's like, you know, if I'm just looking at more things, it's just stuff that'd be, you know, it'd be fun to just have something new.
Yeah.
What's the thing that you got your eye on?
It's N
Me?
plus one, right?
I would love to have a Juno 60,
Okay,
the synthesizer.
sure.
I bought a theremin at one point. Yo, when I tell you that thing was so much fun. I made a bunch of drone packs so you can like add textures in the back. Just,
You get rid of it? You still got it?
yeah, I sold it. I made my drone packs. I got use out of it. And then fucking like 3-4 months later, I was like, I should have never done that.
No, you shouldn't have.
I had the OB6. Have you ever seen that one? It's Oberman and Dave Smith Instruments. They did a collab. Oberman's the guy who did like the 80s synths for like Van Halen, Jump. And Dave Smith is the Prophet 5, which is Talking Heads, all those. So they made a synth together a couple of years ago. It was awesome. It was definitely awesome. It even had a ring or a spring reverb. If you hit the synthesizer on the side, it'd go blah.
No way.
Oh yeah, it's so ridiculous.
That's sick.
I think I was looking at one of the new Moog like grandmothers has something.
The grandmothers are crazy,
I
bro.
think it's, and that has the same thing. It was like you could actually like get some
Yeah, Overman will
odd tones
crush
from
it, though.
just physically striking the synthesizer.
We'll be right back after these messages.
You know that one record you're trying to find on vinyl from your favorite artist. You just can't find it. Have you ever checked out Black Noise? It's in the heart. It is the heart of Bellingham's music scene. Founded by the one and only Nico Sanchez. They've got all sorts of indie gems handpicked by Nico himself. Jazz, punk, you name it. Swing by for some good vibes and whatever album you're trying to find. 1312 Bay Street, Deppin. Binary Recording Studio is a versatile space designed to cater to all music genres. And when I say all, I mean all. If you're into jazz, rock, hip-hop, or anything in between, Binary is equipped to bring your music to life. With the expert engineering and the best setup, my boy Bob, he can capture the essence of whatever you are wanting to create and bring it, just to reality. From there, book your session today, unleash your creativity at Binary Recording Studio. But for real, my boy Bob, he will not disappoint.
And welcome back. Are you guys cool to talk about what you got cooking up right now?
Sure.
Yeah, so we went into Woodhaven Mastering Studios and we went in to do 6 songs and ended up sneaking a 7th one in there at the last minute. It's kind of funny because the 7th one was like we actually had never completed it in practice, but
The 2 practices that we played
yeah,
through
we
was literally
but
brand new.
We were just sitting there playing, and I was like, this one would be kind of fun to record. It kind of sucks we're not recording this, and they were both like, well, we should just record it. So it was cool to have that come together. It's different, because it's like when you're working with a producer, it's like you're kind of hearing how they think you sound, so like coming in to meet the middle ground. So that's where we're at right now. It's just we're at the very beginning stages of the mixing process where it's like just getting the levels to where it's like, okay, that's the levels we want. Now let's get the texture to sound right.
Let's get some ear candies in there.
He could be pointing us one way and we want to kind of go the other. So it's like, finding that middle ground.
That's always a big thing too, figuring out how to
like,
communicate that.
But he's
sure.
he's been really great to work with in the sense that he's giving us a project rate. So it's like, work on this until you feel like the project is done. It's like, cool. That's actually, in a world where most people are like, no, my time is ticking every time you're in here,
But the project rate is more like love of the art though too.
Mm-hmm. So I feel like we're, if we take our time with this and hopefully by the end of the year we'll have something that, again, it's like maybe people care about it, but hopefully we care about it a lot. That's the most important thing to me. 'Cause it's
My dream would be BMX video, skate video, anything like that. That's all. That's how I got introduced
I can help.
to music as a
Bellingham
kid.
skaters, where you at?
Hey, tap in, yo.
Oh, speaking of, big ups to Unknown Skate Shop.
Yes, sir.
Go buy your decks there.
I can't skate, but I appreciate it.
No, I love skating. I got like a limited amount of tricks, but I can go.
My friend in high school put me on one as we were going down a hill, and I had to eat shit getting off of this thing. And I'm just like, I'm good on skateboarding, man. It's not for me. So that was my one.
I'm
one
pretty
and done.
sure that's just part of the process.
Nah.
Well, I always do that. The way I look at skateboarding music is the surfing mindset. Whoever has the most fun surfing is the best surfer. So I'm one of the best musicians I've ever heard because I have so much fun. And the same thing with skateboarding because it's all about me having fun. Other people see it as like, oh my God, is that guy got a health issue? You shouldn't stand on a skateboard that way. He's got Bambi legs.
Well, I mean, also the roads in Mississippi not conducive to skating, but I had never seen people use skateboard as like a form of transportation until I moved up here. That was an interesting Bellingham thing. Like, that dude's just going places on that thing. He's
going places.
Wherever he's going, he's on the skateboard. So it's like, I thought that was kind of interesting.
I used to do that. You've done it. If you get around town on a skateboard, everybody who skates knows you're trying to cook across town and you got the legs stretched out for that next fast pull and you're going as fast as you can and then that truck hits the freaking rock on the road and down you go. Pete Rose across the pavement.
So I do want to say thank you for this first and foremost. But I do have a question, man.
Okay.
Because this is wild. For the people that don't know, it's called Doom Chicken. It's part of their merch that you can find on Bandcamp. Who designed this?
Right on the bottom, Veda Fish. And going back to skateboarding, I knew about her through an unknown board shop. And she's a very young local artist who's just crushing the game. And I would highly suggest anyone to deal with her because
Yeah.
Like, she got it done so quick. She was like, is this good? Oh, can you change this, that? Made it happen right away.
That's
Nothing but a
That's
pleasure.
pretty rad.
And unbelievably stoked on it.
Yeah, no, it looks really good, and I'm happy to have one.
And the fact that I go by Fish, my last name, and I saw Veda Fish, I was like, oh, done.
Exactly.
Like, all right, we're done.
Easy,
Yeah.
easy.
And I would just say shout out to Toki's Band Tees for making them for us.
Did a great job.
Keeping it loco.
Still holding up to all the washings as well.
Yeah.
Well, man, I just want to say, I'm proud of y'all, man. I want to see where this goes. I can't wait to hear the next project.
Yeah, thanks.
Sounds great.
So for the people that don't know, where can they find you on all socials and everything?
It's Biff Got Killed on everything. We just do Spotify for the music. There's also Bandcamp music.
They on Apple Music too.
It's on Apple too. I just don't use it.
I use it. What?
And then our Instagram just to keep up with any kind of whatever we're doing. So
Hell yeah. So I guess to finish it off and make sure that we leave the world with a good something. What's one piece of advice you want to give to the people?
Go out and get some menace and enjoy your evening.
Yes.
don't feel like it's too late to start a band. Don't feel like it's too late to get on stage. I talked to someone the other day. It was like, well, I kind of play in my room and I don't, I'm afraid to get on stage. Like, don't do that, Get out there and try because, even if you're feeling judged from people in the audience, like, they're in the audience, they're watching you, like
you made it.
Believe in yourself and know that like your art might be different than what people are used to hearing or might not be how you want it to come across, but it's like you sometimes have to push through that to know that like, making art is never bad.
I love that.
Mine is just be nice, people. We're all in this together. You may make somebody's day. Pretty easy concept.
You heard it here first, folks. My name's Chrvns. This is Biff Got Killed, and this is Shut Up and Listen. Y'all have a wonderful day. Stay blessed. Stay warm and dry. Actually, just stay dry. It's warm now. Stay hydrated, motherfuckers.
Thanks for having us.
Peace.
Thanks again for tuning in to Shut Up and Listen. For more captivating content, including videos, articles, and everything music related, visit our website at shutupbeham.com. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button wherever you get your podcast and join the conversation by following us at Shut Up and Listen Beham on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Shut Up and Listen is proudly produced by Rocket Soul and Binary Recording Studio. Stay tuned for more fantastic episodes.